And one of the worship leaders that we travel with, John Paul von Arx, he works here at the university. He's incredible. He's such a man of God, a man of desiring to hear the voice of the Lord in his life and to guide others and mentor others. And so we're on a flight to California, and he says, "Hey, Martin," he says, "what is your vocation?" He said, if you had to say, like, what is your role what is your role as husband and father? And I was like, I don't know, to provide for my family. That's pretty normal, right? I mean, that's how I was raised. You provide, the man provides for his family. Little did I know that he just had spiritual direction with somebody the night before who asked him the same question. He answered it the same way I did, and he got the same response, which was, no. Your role is to protect that which has been entrusted to you, and it is the Lord's role to provide. Since the beginning of time, Adam and Eve did not have to provide for what was given to them. The Lord provided everything. How is it any different today? And what was Adam expected to do but to protect that which was entrusted to him? And he failed. And by his failure, we now have to work by the sweat of our brow, but we still work for that which the Lord provides. And if we think of it any other way, then we are mistaken. And so that was just like mind-boggling. Now, mind you, if you do the math, this is about the time that I'm starting to all of a sudden have that discussion with my wife about whether or not I should work continuously and kill myself for money. So I just really started thinking about this, and I've taken it to prayer a lot. And what the Lord has shown me in an image is, this doesn't really work because a yoke binds you to somebody else or something else, but this yoke I think of is just like that wooden thing around my shoulders, which is kind of like chafing me and just causing a lot of discomfort. And it is so heavy. Yeah. And in the image, it's this weight of, whatever. So the Lord comes in and he says, you are carrying something around your shoulders that's not meant for you. You're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, and that is meant for me. And that fits around my shoulders. And in its place, I want you to take this yoke, and this one fits you perfectly around the shoulders. It is light and is the gift of faith. And that's what you are called to carry. And I'll tell you, this whole thing is just kind of, it's been a few years now. It changed everything. I mean, it just really opened my eyes. And I've had this discussion with guys who are concerned about having kids or having another kid, and or like, what is the Lord calling him to do? I'm not here to say that I don't know the answer, but I do ask them, what is your role? What is your role in your life right now? And take it through the right lens.
Man, that's awesome. I really love that. Is it you said John Paul was the friend that shared that with you?
Oh yeah.
from his spiritual direction.
Yeah.
I love that because it's just like I view spiritual direction or mentorship a little selfishly in the fact that maybe not selfishly, but that opens my eyes to see okay, how is the Lord actually he's speaking that to me, but it's also the ripple effect, right? That can the Lord can touch so many people's lives through the one conversation, and I just really appreciate his brotherhood and sharing that with you, and then what that has done for you in your life, and I really love the story of when you were talking about it, it resonated with me a lot, right? I had the same response that you and John Paul did, right? What is your role as husband and father? It's to provide, right? That's kind of the programmed answer in the mind, but there's something different when you have this proper understanding of protecting versus the Lord. The Lord is the provider. So that resonates deep in my heart. I think that's also something that a lot of men can wrestle with, because it's so easy to make that our identity, the provider, and to make it meritorious, right? To be yes, this is the good thing, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, but then to see actually this is me making more my identity about what I do as a worker, what I do for a job, what I do for XYZ, when there's a deeper identity piece here that's missing, and I think every man can grow in learning how to receive and then protect. We're not great receivers as men. That's why we have wives to show us how that works. It's like, and there's a lot I know I can grow in that. So, thank you for sharing that story with you and John Paul and that piece of wisdom, because it's still like hitting me in the moment. Like, man, there's something here to, like, I'm gonna go run and take that to prayer after I'm done with work, and like let the Lord keep talking about that. Is that what you're alluding to? Like when you were talking about providence earlier, like remind me to talk about providence. Was it that story you had in mind, or is there something different? Or
I think that story is really it. It is something that I think we need to hear. It's countercultural, and I think sometimes it could be misunderstood that like making money is a bad thing, or success is a bad thing, and that's not what I'm talking about. I think it's more of, what is the Lord calling you to do, right?
Yeah.
And follow that. And, oh, by the way, don't sacrifice your family along the way, because that's not what the Lord wants.